My anti-vax family doesn't care about my immunocompromised girlfriend. I'm not talking to them anymore. Fair.
Yeah, and you shouldn't
keep
let them
her alive.
Talk and spit all over your immunocompromised girlfriend either.
My girlfriend has an autoimmune disease. During COVID, she was on an immunosuppressant. Her rheumatologist explained to us that this immunosuppressant brings her immune system down to about 40% strength of a normal person's. That it is important for us to remain social distancing and to especially distance from those who were unvaccinated due to them shedding a higher viral load, making it harder for her immune system to battle. By the way, this comes from Disastrous Hearing 72 on the OKstorytime subreddit. So I told my family about this during COVID and said it's important for them to get vaccinated. If they do not, we don't feel comfortable coming around. But some of my family members are anti-vax. My mom and dad were both vaccinated, but my siblings, 26 male, 32 female, 33 female, and their SOs were not. I told my parents to talk to my siblings and hope they would convince them to get vaccinated since they were refusing to when I mentioned it. My parents were pro-vaccine at the time, but said they tried convincing them, but do not want to get involved because it's heated and it's important to them that they can keep seeing the grandkids. I do think that there's only so much you can do, like from their point of view. Like you can only tell people to get vaccinated so much, and
are
it's
you
like
gonna hold them down and stick it in their arm like
Around Christmas time 2021, my mom invited us for Christmas, but we turned it down because we didn't want to be over when my siblings and their SOs were not fully vaccinated, which on OP side, completely valid. And like the parents should support them in that. That's where their support needs to come in.
Yeah, just like, I'm not trying to have you guys unalive my girlfriend by talking to her.
Yeah. Apparently, my mom was upset and said I was making her choose Christmas with us over Christmas with the grandchildren and their parents. All I said is we don't want to be around unvaccinated people. My sister was pregnant at the time and constantly posting anti-vax messages on her social media. Ugh.
Delicious.
Yeah, great. When she wanted to come over to my house to drop something off, I told her she needs to wear a mask, and she lectured me saying, I don't have to worry because we, my girlfriend and I, are vaccinated. People just don't understand how these things work. She then invited us to her gender reveal party, which contained a bunch of people who were not vaccinated at the time. At this point, I was getting very fed up with being made the bad guy by being invited and having to turn it down, and simply said, sorry, we won't be able to make it, trying to not say what I really thought and cause a fight. My family was getting upset with me because they kept inviting us over, but we kept refusing because they were not vaccinated. We were also upset because they were not taking my girlfriend's condition seriously. Remember, this was peak COVID. My siblings started to post a lot of anti-vax stuff on their social media about the Canada Freedom Convoy. And what is that?
Oh, it was the truckers.
The truckers?
Yeah, there was like, because they weren't letting people get in and out of like the Canadian border or something. I don't know.
I used to call my parents every week since I moved out of the house. One phone call got a bit heated, and it was starting to sound like they were getting fed up with me arguing with them about my sibling posting anti-vax content when my girlfriend was immunocompromised, saying they're allowed to believe what they want and what if you're wrong about the vaccine being safe. So there it is. They're siding with the siblings.
What if? What if you're wrong?
What if you're wrong?
What if you're wrong?
What if you're stupid?
They're wrong.
Yeah.
What if the sky is made out of chocolate? I don't know. What are we talking
There's
about?
a lot of what ifs going thrown around. I ended that phone call and felt like I was annoying them. That's the thing. It's the problem here is not that the parents are like, oh, we're being thrown into the conflict and stuff and we don't want to be a part of it. It's that they kind of believe the anti-vax siblings.
Yeah.
The last couple times I called, it turned into arguing about my siblings and defending my girlfriend. So I decided I wasn't going to call anymore. Just felt really unwanted and wanted to wait for them to call me for once. Weeks passed with no phone call. The longest stretch we have ever gone. All of a sudden, my parents were posting anti-vax, Freedom Convoy content on their social media. And that's it. Because they believed it. That's why they were.
The vax stuff is so weird because it's like with any medical thing ever.
Yeah.
There will always be a percentage of people
who just don't believe in it.
Like side effects or like experience things that are like complications, where it's like the thing with all these vaccines, it was like the heart stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's the same thing with every single
literally
medical
everything
thing ever. It's like anesthesia. It's like
surgeries. You go under in a
surgery,
yeah.
There's a chance that you
could not live. Yeah.
Like, but no one's ever like, oh, don't give me the anesthesia,
don't
doc.
give it to
Just
me.
like, cut me up.
No, it's crazy.
Take out my liver.
It's crazy.
While I'm awake.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I guess that guy had cirrhosis. Don't drink too much.
No, this is...
Okay, anyway.
I don't get it. This felt like a betrayal since they were not previously anti-vax and said they didn't want to get involved when I asked them to speak up for my girlfriend. No, they were already on your sibling's side. Regardless of maybe they were flipped a little bit, like the siblings convinced them to get on this train of anti-vaxness, but they definitely were already on your sibling's side before then, because it is one thing to not be able to say to someone like, oh, you need to get a vaccination, because you can't really control if someone does that. But it's another thing to not like defend OP's actions as well, to be like, oh, well, that's fine for your siblings to do, but we're not going to defend you taking your own actions to protect your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's like, hello, hi, I'm just
you said you didn't want to get involved, but you're actively getting involved.
Being violently ill. Sorry, I guess I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Don't want my girlfriend to be sick. Oops.
Months passed. After just not calling my parents and my parents not attempting to contact me, I got a text from my pregnant sister, basically saying how selfish I am for abandoning the family, lecturing me that COVID is not real, saying I'm acting like my girlfriend is the sickest person in the country, and a few other offensive things. I responded with F you, and that was it. A few weeks later, my dad sent me an email saying how disappointed he is that I abandoned everyone and that I said F you to my sister. He also ranted about Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, is a dictator, and that he and my mom do not believe COVID is real anymore after my brother-in-law went to Ottawa in his semi-truck with the convoy.
And there it is. And there's the truth.
Oh, man.
COVID's not real. Don't you know your brother drives a semi-truck?
He drove in the convoy.
And Justin Trudeau's going to try to take over the world?
It's important to note that all I did was stop calling. It's not like I blocked them or ignored their phone calls. They not once tried contacting me. It was over a year later until my girlfriend finally called my parents and sister to try and fix the situation. My sister has nothing to apologize for and just said I was being selfish and that them believing COVID wasn't real. What do you think people are getting sick with? What do you mean?
It's not real. What do you mean?
I just don't understand that. I just don't understand that.
Those people they were paid actors.
And that vaccines are dangerous was their choice and should not stop us from coming around. My mom said she was upset that I was going to ruin Christmas and it was more important that the grandkids were there instead of us. And that is why she didn't want to call anymore. My dad was upset that I was being a know-it-all at the time. Basically, I was arguing their conspiracy theories when they were arguing why it's okay for us to come for Christmas, and didn't think my girlfriend was gonna stick around anyway. We're still together. We somehow managed to kind of move on and started talking again with my parents. But honestly, it didn't feel the same at all. I really just lost all respect for them. Everyone kind of showed their true colors. We talk maybe once every 2 months and we don't bring up my siblings. And you should always bring us up by joining us live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST on YouTube. Just tap our profile.
Pull up our profile and tap it and
tap it. Honestly, it seems like OP's doing the best that they can. You know, he can. He's trying to have a relationship with his parents, but they're making it so incredibly hard.
I mean, like I said, it's like, I didn't block them.
I didn't block them.
I wasn't going to ignore their calls. They just did not even reach out.
Yeah.
So that tells you a lot.
This is
right
on
there.
them. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think there's anything wrong with you standing on business about being like, hey.
You're trying to protect your girlfriend's life.
Yeah, we just don't want her to get
And it's not even like,
ill.
it's not like you're saying like, you're holding people down and giving them a shot. No, you're literally just saying, I can't be around you because my girlfriend could literally lose her life.
We won't be at the baby shower. And they're like, get a stupid McGee over here with his big scary, what is your girlfriend's gonna get sick? What, people get sick? Yeah,
Everyone gets sick.
Yeah, right. Walk it off.
My sister has since had 2 babies and I have not seen either of them. Going on 3 years having not spoken to my sibling. I have felt guilty for not seeing my newborn nieces and the rest of my nibblings. And somehow I also feel guilty for not talking to my family. But I just have lost so much respect for them with how they handled COVID with an immunocompromised family member in their lives. They literally did nothing to support her condition and made us out to be an inconvenience for them. Because of this, I'm not interested in having them back in my life. And it's been so long, I don't even know where to start the conversation. So I just haven't called. And they haven't tried either. Am I the a-hole for not talking to them or coming around anymore? No. It's not really. Even that you didn't even do anything here. Like, you're just not reaching out, but they're also not reaching out. So it's just mutually,
The whole situation has exposed their own like
they're
BS.
Willing to put their thoughts and their ideals above your partner's life.
Yeah.
I guess that's where we're at.
And then the rationale of like, well, we didn't think that she was even going to be around very long
sick,
anyway, so we didn't care if we killed her.
Yeah, she's not going to be around that long.
Yeah, what do we care?